Hello, hello, welcome, welcome. And although you may not have known it, it seems that the third time was the right time. Had a little bit of problems going live on Facebook today. I'm Twanna Carter, your career and anxiety coach. And today is Worry Free Wednesday, right? Worry Free Wednesday is where we talk all things anxiety, whether it's strategies and tools to relieve anxiety, or whether we kind of go in deep surrounding anxiety. And so we're still talking about how to manage it. So that's what today's subject is on. Okay. I'm gonna dig maybe a little bit deep today. We'll see. We'll see how deep you feel it is, right? So I decided today's topic. Well, hold on a second. I tell you what, I'm gonna give everybody a few seconds to join on here, just a couple of minutes. So just bear with me for a moment. Want to be sure that I give everybody a chance to hop on because this is a good one. Right, right. Want to say welcome again, and it is either good morning, depending on where you are. It's good morning, it's good afternoon, or it's good evening. In some places, it's good night. I am near Washington D.C., and so for a lot of people, it is actually good night. It's 10:56 p.m. here, but I've been a night owl all of my life, even when I was in the military. Um, Still a night owl. I love it. I don't know what it is about being up at night. Probably comes from being afraid of the dark as a kid. And at the time, of course, you don't know these things until you actually grow up. I was so afraid of the dark that I would stay up until dawn, to dusk rather. No, dawn. I would stay up to dawn. So that meant I would stay up all night long, scared to death of the dark, and I would have my windows open and the curtains open. And as soon as I saw dawn break, then I would go to sleep. Now, if you're, thinking about that for a moment, then you start to kind of wonder, well, what time did you go to school? Yes, I went to school, played with the other kids, did my homework like the other kids, didn't fall asleep in class, and I was going to sleep a lot of nights as dawn hit. It's very anxious child. Just I was a very anxious child. So of course, it wasn't treated or anything like that. It was like just, I got called scaredy cat a lot, but anyway. Um Neither here nor there. But yeah. So I'm still a night owl to this day though, and that's where I was wrapping that back up. So I do my Facebook lives, a lot of them fairly for some people it's late, for some people it's not. But it also gives me a chance to catch up to those in different time zones. I know that I have a Facebook group free for women. It's called Rising Above Anxiety. And so for those ladies, they're from over 15 countries. So this gives them a chance to see it live. And of course, you can always catch the replay. And when you catch the replay, drop me a note and let me know that you looked at it. Give me a thumbs up and tell me what you think about the podcast, okay, or about the live, right? It's kind of, I am trying to hit across a couple of things. That's where come back and I've done a schedule. So on Mondays, it's Mindset Mondays where we talk all things mindset. Tuesday is Leadership Tuesday, and I do a Leadership Tuesday because I have some ladies in my group who are leaders or who are wanting to apply to be managers, and the anxiety is kind of kicking in and giving them some issues. And so we talk just a lot of things about anxiety as it relates to leadership and just leadership in general. Okay, and for all you people out there, if you don't have anxiety and I love to talk extrovert because I happen to be one. While we love all the verts, I will kind of slant things toward extroverts because sometimes when you have anxiety and extrovert, it's just a real special combination, right? Wednesdays it's Worry Free Wednesday, so that's today. Thursday is Resilience Thursdays, where we talk about how to build up resilience. You know, hopefully before you hit an adverse event, but if you've hit one, we still talk all things resilience and how to build that up. Friday is free topic. It is whatever I decide to cover or whatever it is you want me to cover. So if you want me to cover something, Send me an email at Twanna@Twanna.com, or send me a direct message and I'll that's what we'll talk about. So my email address again is Twanna, that's TWANNA at TWANNACARTER.com, Tawana.com, and TawanaCarter.com. I want to cut off my last name there. So yeah, if you send me a topic, we'll cover that on Free Topic Fridays, right? So tonight is Worry Free Wednesdays, and I think I got a really good one for you, real good one for you. And so if you saw my teaser right there, you saw my description where I said, if you have anxiety, are you too polite to let someone know when you're upset? Are you too polite to say something when when someone irks you, or when someone's done something to you, like they step on your feet or your foot and they just walk off and don't even say excuse me, or they cut you off and jump in front of you the door, but you're just way too polite to say anything about it, but you get mad about it. You're just too polite to say anything about it. Okay. And I also asked a question, were you taught that to express anger was just wrong? We do that, right? It's an emotional thing. And, for whatever reason, it might be okay to be sad, but if you're angry, you're wrong. We all grew up on a playground somewhere. You know what happens when we express anger, right? So when you just talk like it is wrong to express anger, even if, you weren't on a playground where you taught it was wrong to express anger, right? And do you even feel embarrassed to admit that you have anger? So, you're like, oh, the anxiety and anger. Oftentimes, people that have anxiety, we are actually triggered because of anger. We're displeased with someone. We didn't like the way someone treated us. We don't like something that's going on. But again, we're too polite to express anger because when we have anxiety, we're emotional. People term us extremely emotional. And so you're like fighting tooth and nail not to add, anger to your emotions. So we tend to be people pleasers. We tend to kind of like, I don't want to ruffle the waters because I'm already emotional and I may get even more emotional. I don't want to let anybody know I'm angry. And so I can't speak for you, but I know I can speak for me. I lived that many, many years. I lived it many, many years. And, you know, um, self disclosure, I would be so angry. I would go home and just tear my apartment up. I would throw things and I would slam things and I would toss things. And crazy enough, I had to go back and clean it all up. But at the time, I was just furious. Something would happen on the job and I would be furious, just shaking with anger. No, it's okay. No, I don't mind. No, it's all right. And it wasn't okay. And I turned all of that anger and fear inside, right? And sometimes, like I said, I would go home and throw books and throw things at the wall and break things because I was so furious. But my public persona at work was, no, I get along with everybody. I don't get angry. Oh, no, I'm friends with everybody. That is actually a way to, first of all, make your anxiety increase, but it's just not healthy. When we bottle up those emotions inside, it can cause physical illness. Yeah, really. In addition to hypertension, it can cause hypertension. It can make your high blood pressure worse. It can make your diabetes worse. It can cause other physical illnesses that over time can actually kill you. Bottling up all those emotions inside can actually, over time, cause illnesses that will make you sick and that can kill you. And so that's the importance of me. And I know I went kind of deep on Worry Free Wednesdays, but when we talk about managing anxiety and being worry free, you sometimes we gotta address the anger. Because a lot of us that have anxiety, it's the anger. It is the anger, and we're angry at people. Sometimes we're angry how we were treated in childhood, and we just brought that to adulthood with us. And we might be angry with the partner and a partner who cheated on us, or a boss who passed us over for promotion, but we're like, oh no, I'm okay. It's all right. No, it's not okay. right? And so you actually have to learn how to express. And I'm not saying that you need to go out and do like I did when I got home. And I did not do this in public. I would only, and most people, I dare say, no, nobody actually knows that about me. I would go home and just destroy my apartment because I was so angry. And I would present this persona in public. Like I was like, oh, I'm just easy going. I'm nice, get along with, and I just like everybody. I'm not saying that you need to go by any means and tear your apartment to pieces because you're angry. What I am saying though is that there are ways, healthy ways to express it, right? There are healthy ways to express anger versus internalizing it and turning against ourselves where we get sick, right? It's learning how to be assertive and speak with the I feel language and not saying you made me mad or you made me angry because it was a choice. At the end of the day, I chose not to let people know I was angry. Then when they disrespected me, I would be even more furious. Like, don't you know that makes me angry? Don't you know that hurts my feelings? I didn't express it, so no, they didn't know. But then that would make me even more furious. It would just make me that much more angry, right? And so again, I would go home and destroy my apartment, and after I've got all the fit of anger, spend hours cleaning it back up. So that wasn't the right way to express it. Now I did for a time being get some of my emotions out, but it wasn't a healthy way because then I'd go back and put on a persona like nothing bothered me and people didn't make me angry. They did. And so what I had to do is learn to express I feel statements. When you do this, it makes me feel this way. When you do that, it makes me feel this way, right? And as far as being a people pleaser, I had to learn to say no. I love it. I remember, I never will forget, I was not quite 30 yet, and I remember sitting at home doing lunch, and the Oprah show was on. And so Oprah was explaining how when you hit 40, it is so freeing because you learn this word that you kind of, learn like for the first time. And I was looking at her, what is she talking about? What she said was she learned the word no. She said it's so freeing. It's something about hitting 40 where you no longer care that people are upset with you when you say no. And so I actually had to learn no. And I had to learn that it was a complete sentence. It's not no comma. And I got to explain myself why I'm saying no to you. It is just no, period. And if I'm getting upset, it's no exclamation point. And you have to get to that point where you're able to say no, where you're able to communicate assertively and use I feel statements so that people know. Because there are a lot of people in the world that are takers. And if you let them give it to you, they'll keep dishing it out. As long as you take it, they'll keep dishing. They don't care. They probably have some inkling that it upsets you, that it's not fair, it's not right. They just don't care because they're takers. They take everything and they dish it out. And so for those of us who, and I am a recovering people pleaser. I own it. Yes, I am a recovering people pleaser. I say that every day. I'm a recovering people pleaser. So what that means is for the most part, I get over it. I'm over it. I don't have to say yes, yes, yes to everything. Know what I mean? No, no, no. And I have a few lapses here and there, and but sometimes I do say no, and because sometimes when you are emotional, you can read the feelings on people's faces, and unless you have social anxiety and you haven't quite recovered yet. The thing with social anxiety is you don't always read people's expressions. You can't read all the emotions, which is what causes you so much difficulty. So one of the things that I've learned since I, overcame social anxiety is I can see when people are displeased with me. I can see the crestfallen look on their face when I say no. And I had to toughen up to say, yeah, no, it's either you're upset or I'm upset. Today I'm not upset. And so let me tell you, it's a great thing to be in this spot, because I was a huge people pleaser well into my 30s. And I cannot tell you how wonderful it is to be to say no. Just no. I'm not going to explain myself to you. It's just no. It is no, period, space, silence, right? Because what I figured out is people that ask you to do things and you say no, they will be silenced because we're uncomfortable with silence. And so when they're silenced, you jump into the fray, right? Well, and the reason why I can't, if you want to start to be assertive and say no and stop the people pleasing, which makes you angry because you're always doing something you don't want to do, you need to learn to say no, period, silence. Now, my audio is still working. I just wanted you to understand what that silence sounds like. Because oftentimes we will jump into the fray when it's silence. Just no silence. Okay. Now I know that some of you have, it's a work. It is a work in progress to learn to say no so that people know you mean no and not no, but please don't ask me again because I'm going to give in to you. So there's a difference in learning to say no. But oftentimes, if you are a people pleaser, what you can say is, let me get back to you. And then you walk away. You silence walk away. You don't need to explain why you got to get back. You just say, let me get back to you. And then you walk away. Typically, if you walk away, especially if you're like me, why not just say no? I know I don't want to do this and I don't have time to do. Walking away gives your brain a chance to come up with all the reasons why you cannot do this. And then you feel better by saying no. No, I can't do this because, or just no. Sorry, I can't do it for you this time. Maybe next time. But if you know you never want to do it, don't say maybe next time because they're going to call you on maybe next time. Just say, no, I'm not able to do it and carry on because people pleasing, and that's one of the things that I found out for me, people pleasing leaves you with an exorbitant, a huge amount of anger because people know they're being in position to you. They know that they're being difficult to you. They know that they're overloading you, but they also know you're going to be a people pleaser and never say no. And never saying no means you're consistently overburdened, overwhelmed, and it get angry, and we turn that anger inside. So it's actually, a learning process to turn it out and to start taking care of yourself. Because again, anger unexpressed, where we're turning in, makes us physically ill. It really does, people. It makes us physically ill. And so it is something that you'll need to work on because sometimes, some people, some of us with anxiety, we didn't have an anger problem, but many people with anxiety, we do have an anger problem and we don't know how to express it, or we are afraid to express it, or we've got the anger management problem and anxiety and the people pleasing thing going on. Okay. So if any of this resonates with you and you know that you're stuck in the anxiety and anger rut and you want a way out, you want a way to live free, you want a way to say no when you mean no, so you can do the things for yourself that you want to do and enjoy your life, click the link below. It should be below, and depending on where you watch this, it may be above. But click on that link and then set up an appointment with me. I offer free consultations. We can discuss what's keeping you stuck. What is the reason why? Why are you still stuck in anxiety and anger and unable to get out of it to move on with your life? Why are you still miserable doing things for people you don't want to do things for people? Why are you still miserable when you overwhelm yourself with all these tasks and you know you can't get them done and you get angry and you turn it in? We can talk about a plan that gets you unstuck so you can actually live the life that you want to live. Okay. So that was my truth today. It's time to get out of that anger and anxiety rut. Number one, anger held in, all those emotions over time can actually kill you. Many different types of diseases, and that makes us worse, and it just zaps our quality of life. You suffered long enough. Yeah, make a choice today that you're done suffering. You're done suffering. Sign up for a free coaching consultation and let's figure out how to get you unstuck. That's my truth today. Hopefully you've enjoyed my motivational nuggets. Be sure to tune in tomorrow for Resilience Thursday. That is my truth, and have a great evening or morning or afternoon. Bye bye.